In less than 10 years, one woman convinced presidents, generals, doctors, and billionaires to believe in something that never worked. Her company was worth $9 billion. She was praised as a genius. Compared to Steve Jobs, celebrated as the future of medicine, there was just one problem. It was all a lie. This is the true story of how one person fooled the entire world and why no one stopped her. Elizabeth Holmes was born into privilege. Her family had money, influence, and powerful connections. From a young age, she was obsessed with one idea. Not just being successful, but being important. She believed she was destined to change the world. At just 19 years old, Elizabeth dropped out of Stanford University. That single decision triggered comparisons to other famous dropouts. Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg. She adopted the look. The black turtlenecks, the simple language, the absolute confidence. And then she introduced her idea. What if doctors could run hundreds of medical tests using just one tiny drop of blood? No needles, no pain, no waiting. A medical revolution. Elizabeth named her company Theranos. She claimed her machines could detect diseases earlier, faster, and cheaper than anything that had ever existed. Cancer, heart disease, infections, all from a finger prick. Doctors were impressed. Patients were hopeful. Investors were ecstatic. Money poured in. Millions, then hundreds of millions. Theranos quickly reached a valuation of $9 billion. Elizabeth Holmes became one of the youngest self-made billionaires in history. There was only one issue. The technology didn't work. Inside Theranos, employees began to realize something was wrong. The machines produced inaccurate results. Blood samples failed tests. Data didn't make sense. Instead of fixing the problem, management hid it. Real blood samples were secretly sent to traditional labs. Results were altered. Failures were buried. Employees were strictly isolated from each other. No one was allowed to see the full picture. Anyone who asked questions was silenced. Some were fired. Others were threatened with lawsuits. Fear replaced science. Theranos built credibility in a strange way. Instead of hiring medical experts, they hired powerful people, former secretaries of state, military generals, political leaders, men with enormous authority, but little understanding of medical technology. Their presence discouraged scrutiny. If they believed, who would dare question it? Media outlets praised Elizabeth Holmes. Magazine covers celebrated her vision. No one wanted to be the person who said, "Does this actually work?" People began to notice something odd. Elizabeth Holmes spoke in a deep, unnatural voice. Former friends said it wasn't real. It was intentional. Every detail was calculated. The voice, the clothes, the pauses. She believed credibility came from authority, not truth. And for years, the performance worked. Eventually, one person refused to look away. A journalist from the Wall Street Journal started asking questions. He spoke to former employees, reviewed internal documents, compared claims to reality. Theranos tried to stop him. Lawyers were deployed. Threats were made. Pressure was applied. The story was published anyway, and everything changed. Regulators stepped in. Government inspections revealed the truth. The machines failed. The results were unreliable. Patients were put at risk. Theranos shut down labs. Partnerships dissolved. Billions disappeared. Elizabeth Holmes went from global icon to criminal defendant. She was charged with fraud. In court, Elizabeth claimed she was misled, that she believed the technology would eventually work, that others were responsible. The jury disagreed. She was found guilty. Her sentence, 11 years in prison, from Silicon Valley prodigy to convicted fraudster. Theranos was not just a startup failure. It was a warning about what happens when confidence replaces evidence, when power silences doubt, when no one asks hard questions. The most dangerous lies aren't told loudly. They're told calmly, repeated confidently, and believed because everyone else believes them. Elizabeth Holmes promised to change medicine. Instead, she revealed something darker. How easily the world can be fooled when the right person tells the right story. And the most unsettling part, if it happened once, it can happen again. I hope you found this story as fascinating and as shocking as I did. If you want to see more videos about the biggest lies, scams, and untold truths in the world, make sure to subscribe. We're just getting started, and the next story is even more unbelievable. Hit that bell so you don't miss it, and I'll see you in the next deep dive.